Hi everyone, this is Selena Kraus and welcome to another Hero Arts paper crafting video. In today's video, we will make couple shaker tags, shape shaker tags using the bulb ornaments infinity dies along with the circle infinity dies to create that frame for the shaker. Besides those two die sets, I'll be using the winter foliage Stamp and Cut XL to add some foliage and some pine cones as decoration to the ornaments. And you can use anything you have in your stash, and a bow from the Holly Berries Stamp and Cut XL. Besides that, I have my cardstock ready here. I'm using for the base of that shaker, I'm using Nautical cardstock. And the top or the frame will be from Arctic cardstock. I'll be also using some clear acetate card panels. So by magic of YouTube, I've already die cut the base, the backing of the shaker from Nautical cardstock, and I will do that. I will do the same using the acetate panels. Okay, now next step is to create that frame. So in the middle of that, I use the largest ornament, bulb ornament from the set. So I'm adding a circle die in the middle. I'm positioning it to make sure that it's centered. I'm using some repositionable tape or low tack tape. You can use anything you have. Even if you have the press and seal, that would work too. So anything you have around your house, it does not need to be this particular tape, or washi tape will work also. So I die cut two of them since I'm making two tags. And now what we'll do next is adhere those together. Adhere the frame onto the acetate first. So I'm using liquid glue here. I like using liquid glue because it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. But you need to make sure that you don't touch that liquid glue in the center of the ornament, otherwise it will leave a stain. So I'm adding a paperweight on top and let that dry. I did the same for the second one. So you can also use double-sided tape. It's whatever you have handy, you can use. So next, while that liquid glue is drying, let's die cut our foliage to decorate our shaker tags. I'm using my Hero Arts compact cutter here, and I will die cut a bunch of those. I'll have extra left for future use, but I just wanted to make sure that I have enough to decorate the tags and not having to die cut again. So the foliage, I'm using Kiwi cardstock. So I have those two. One is pine, the other one is, I'm not exactly sure what kind of tree is that from, or bush, I don't know. So I die cut a bunch of those. Next I'm moving to the pine cones, and I'm using the Capajo cardstock, and I will die cut few of the pine cones too. Once we have all the pine cones die cut, I'm moving to cutting the bows. I decided to use white glitter cardstock, but you can use any cardstock, or you can use even like foil cardstock, anything you have handy. And I think with silver glitter cardstock, it will look very pretty too. Okay, so next we're moving to adding sentiment to our window. And I'm using the winter script messages hero transfers. Those are white, so I apologize here if you can't see really a lot because there is a white backing on the transfers. So I'm just making sure that the sentiment I pick will fit into my frame. So for the first shaker tag, I'm using Joy and Peace sentiment along with Wishing You. So I will add those separately. First, I'm starting with Joy and Peace. I will remove the backing and then add it to the ornament window. So I put that Nautical cardstock on the back so I can see, because my mat, my working surface here, it's white, so it was really hard to see. I'm using the transfer applicator that comes in the package, and I'm just very gently rubbing it, because uh, transferring it to acetate, it works really great, and it just needs very light pressure. So I just did the joint piece, and next I'm doing transferring the wishing you and carefully removing that backing. Okay, now we have that. I think that looks great. I'm trying to position to see how to decorate this ornament. So I'm using some of the pine branches and the pine cones. Just trying to arrange those to see what will look nice. So I'm just trimming parts of those branches so I can fit them nicely, and they look nice since I can't really tuck them underneath of the pine cones because the pine cones are a little bit smaller, and we have also the bow on top. So I think I like how that look. So next I'm using some foam tape. I'm adding around that frame, the ornament frame. I'm removing the backing. So I will add some liquid adhesive. This will give me a little bit more wiggle room when I will go to add the backing of that ornament. Before before I add the backing, I'm adding some mini clay snowflakes embellishments for a shaker and then closing it up. So I'll just press that down. Okay, now let's just go decorate that ornament. I'm just adding a little bit of liquid adhesive, adding those branches. Next, for the pine cones, I'll use some um, foam squares to add a little bit more dimension. We'll have one there. And then tuck one underneath there. And then what we have left is to add the bow. Okay. So I tried to shake there and that bow was not, I just put it on there. So I put it back on, and I will set this one aside to let it dry. So next I'm moving to the second ornament tag, and we'll repeat the same process. Here I'm adding one of the hero transfers, the sentiments, and this one is a happy holidays, and I will add a couple of snowflakes too. So I'm just gently rubbing with that applicator that looks like popsicle stick, and then I'm adding another snowflake. I'm gonna remove the backing, and there we have that one. So now I added foam tape on the back, and I will repeat the same process that we had before. I will add some liquid adhesive on top of that foam tape. I will add some of the mini snowflakes mini clay snowflake embellishments. And then I will add the backing, that nautical ornament base. Okay, so this one will decorate it a little bit different. We'll use the other die cuts, the other branches. So I'm just positioning to see how um, everything's gonna look. So this is, as I said, a little bit different. So I'm just adding some liquid adhesive on the back and adding it to the ornament. Trying to decide. I just trimmed off a little bit from that branch. Now I'm adding the pine cones using some foam adhesive. And then I will do the same for the smaller pine cone. I think that looks good. And then I will add the bow. Again, I'm using liquid adhesive for the bow. Now I decided I wanted to add some more embellishments, so I'm using white enamel dots from the Neutrals enamel dot pack to add some on those branches. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, what we have left here is just to add some twine for our tags. So I'm cutting pieces of dark blue or navy twine to match that background, and I'm adding it through the tag holes on top, and our tags are finished. So here's a little close up here. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also visit our blog for more ideas and more inspiration. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.